Imagine being one of the three people on earth closest to Jesus. You have seen him heal, you have seen him walk on water, and you even seen him glowing with divine light on a mountaintop. You are the inner circle of a movement that is changing the world. And then in a single moment, it's over. Not because you failed, but because you are so bold that the world couldn't handle your thunder. Today we are looking at the life and the brutal hand of James the Apostle. This is Martyr Series, Season 1, Episode 1. James the Apostle. He was the first of the 12 to be martyred. He didn't write a book of the Bible, he didn't live to an old age, but his story is a blueprint for what it means to be committed to Christ. To understand why James was killed, you have to understand how he lived. He didn't just follow Jesus, it was an explosion of zeal. When a village in Samaria disrespected Jesus, James didn't suggest a prayer meeting. He asked Jesus if he could call down fire from heaven to consume them. That was James, bold, intensified, and unfiltered. Before he was martyred, James was fisherman. Him and his brother were working with their father Zebedee. When Jesus called them and Jesus gave them ignorant love, son of thunder. This intensity is why it was the inner circle of Jesus with Peter and John. James was there for the moment the other 9 disciples didn't get to see. He saw the dead come back to life in Jairus' home. He saw Jesus transform into blinding light on the Mount of Transfiguration. But all that thunder and all those miracles led James to a massive misunderstanding. He thought this power was for a physical throne. James was passionate, he was fiery, and he was ambitious. In fact, James and John also went to Jesus and asked for a VIP seat in heaven, one on the right and one on the left of his throne. But Jesus looked them in the eye and asked a question that would define James' faith. Can you drink the cup I'm about to drink? James said, yes, he was thinking of a throne. Jesus was thinking of a sword. And as you see, the cup was sooner than James realized. As soon as his mission would prove just how ready he really was. After the resurrection, traditions tell a much bigger story after the Holy Spirit fell at the Pentecost. Thunder in James was challenged into a global mission. Early Christian record and Spanish tradition say that James traveled all the way to the sun of Spain. Think about that. In the ancient world, that was literally the end of the earth. He was a pioneer. He wasn't just preaching in a comfortable synagogue. He was sowing seed in pagan territories, establishing foundation of the church in Western Europe. He was a master organizer, a bold orator, and a man who worked tirelessly to ensure the gospel wasn't just a Jewish story, but a world-changing movement. In 424 AD, King Agrippa IV wanted to score a political point with the authority who hated the early church. He needed to make an example of someone. He didn't go for a side character, he went for the inner circle. He arrested James. There was no trial, no chance for an appeal. James was condemned to beheaded. The Bible records it in Acts of Apostles chapter 12 with a chilling simplicity. He killed James, the brother of John, with the sword. Just like that, the first of the apostles was gone. It was a hard pill to swallow, isn't it? We often think if you are close to God, you'll be protected from everything. But James was close to Jesus as a woman could be, and he was the first to die for him. James' life is a paradox. He was one of the closest to Jesus, yet he was the first to be taken. His story tells us that God's favor doesn't mean a life of comfort, it means a life of purpose. James didn't die because God failed him, he died because he had finished his work. The fisherman had caught his greatest catch, the attention of eternity. He traded his seat on an earthly throne for a crown that never failed. James was faithful. The thunder may have been silenced on earth, but it still echoes in every heart that stands up for gospel today. Thanks for watching the Martyrs. Stay put.